Hey guys, in today's video we're taking a look at something that most iPhone and iPad users get completely wrong, and that's thinking that their iCloud is actually backing up your photos and files, but it's not. And I'm going to show you exactly why, and more importantly, I'll show you how to properly back up your photos, videos, and files to an external drive using an app called Parachute. Now, I do have an existing video on how to transfer files and photos from your iPhone and iPad to an external drive without any apps and completely free. So if that's what you're after, go check those out. But what I found with that method is that it gets pretty tedious over time, especially when you have hundreds or thousands of photos. You're manually selecting everything, trying to remember what you've already copied, dealing with duplicates. It works, but it's just a lot of effort every single time. Parachute basically solves all of that. It knows what it's already backed up, so it only copies new files each time. It's a one-time purchase for $3.99, no subscriptions, no lock-ins. And once you've bought it on your iPhone, you can download it on your iPad for free as well. Your files go to your own storage, whether that's an external drive or a NAS, and you're in full control. I'll show you everything in this video today. This video is sponsored by Saily. More on that a bit later. Before we get into the tutorial, I just wanted to quickly talk about something that a lot of people don't realize, and that is that iCloud is not actually a backup. iCloud is a sync service, which means if you accidentally delete a photo or a file, it deletes everywhere across all of your devices. If your iCloud storage runs out, things can stop syncing properly, and if something goes wrong, you could potentially lose those files permanently. A true backup is a separate, independent copy of your files stored somewhere that you physically own and control. And that's exactly what Parachute does. It backs up your photos, videos, and files, whether they are stored in iCloud or directly on your device, and copies them to your own storage completely separate from iCloud. So how often should you be doing this? If you're really organized, you could do it every day, but honestly, I don't think most of us are going to be doing that. I think a good habit is to do this at least once a month or after a special event like a holiday or a birthday or anything where you've taken a lot of photos. Just keep in mind that if something happened to your phone or iPad before you've done your monthly backup, you could lose anything since your last one. It's also a good idea to have more than one backup. Hard drives can fail and you could accidentally delete something from your iCloud. Me personally, I have my photos saved in iCloud and then I do a monthly backup to my external hard drive, and I also have a backup to my NAS as well. But even having iCloud plus one external backup is so much better than having nothing at all. Okay, before we jump into the tutorial, I just wanted to take a quick second to talk about today's sponsor. Now, if you've ever traveled overseas and stressed about staying connected, this one's for you. Last year, I took a trip to Singapore and Thailand, and before I boarded the plane, I activated my Saily eSIM. Because I was visiting two countries on the same trip, I chose their Asia and Oceania regional plan, which covered both destinations in one go. So there was no need to buy a separate plan for each country. When I landed in Singapore, I already had a WhatsApp message from my driver telling me where he was waiting, and I could reply instantly. No hunting for Wi-Fi, no expensive roaming charges, just straight off the plane and connected. Saily is an eSIM app that gives you access to affordable data plans in over 200 destinations worldwide. You only ever need to install it once, and because it works across multiple countries, there's no need to set up a new eSIM every time you travel somewhere new. You can choose a plan for a single country or a regional plan if you are visiting multiple places, which is really handy. You can get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily data plans by downloading the Saily's app or heading to sailys.com/samcambeatus and using code SAMCAMBEATUS at checkout. The link and code are in the description below. Okay, so to get started, you will need to download the Parachute app. I already have it downloaded here, but if you just go into your app store and go search, we'll write Parachute, and then it's the Parachute Backup mobile app. And then you will just need to purchase it. For me, it was $5.99 Australian. If you're in the US, it's $3.99. And then once you have purchased it on one device, you'll be able to use it on other devices. So I also have it installed on my iPad, which I'll show you in a second. But if you use family sharing, other people on your family sharing can also use the app as well. So I installed it on my daughter's iPad to back up her iPad as well. So I really think for the price, it's great value. So this is what it looks like on the iPad, and this is what it looks like on the iPhone. Everything is exactly the same. It's obviously just stretched out a little bit more for the iPad. In the tutorial, I'll just show you how to do it on the iPhone, but just know everything is exactly the same on the iPad. Before we get started, you're going to need an external hard drive. So you could have something like this SSD here. This is a Crucial SSD and it has a USB-C end on it. So this will plug directly into my iPhone or my iPad, which is really great. Your other option is a external hard drive. I've had this one for a while and I do a lot of my different backups on here. I also have my phone and iPad backup on here as well. But this one does have a USB-A, so you won't be able to plug it directly into your phone. You will need to get an adapter like this, which I'll leave a link to something similar in the description below. So to get started, what we'll do is plug our hard drive in. Okay, so if we have a look at the main screen here, we have the configured sources. So there's a section for photos and a section for files. When you do the backups, there will be two separate backups. There's one for your photos and one for the files. And then down here, we have our destination. And this is where you will be able to select your external SSD or hard drive, but I also do a backup to my NAS, which I can show you that after as well. So if we come into here, you'll need to go add destination, and you can also back up to your Google Drive or OneDrive. But for this, we're going to be saving it to the hard drive. So we will select the file destination, and then you will need to browse your phone. And you can see here under locations, I have my 5 terabyte hard drive, which is this one here. So yours could be named something different depending on the hard drive you're using. So you'll want to select the hard drive and you can create a folder within your hard drive so you can keep everything organized. So I have one called iPhone Backup. I do test out other apps, so there's other things in there, but then I have one called Parachute Backup, and that's where my iPhone backup will be. So let's select our Parachute Backup folder because this is where we want to back up to. And then I'm going to go open and it's added it here. But because I already have it, I'm just going to delete it. So this is the destination for my backup. So now if we come back, we can see we have our destination configured. And first we'll do a photo backup. So if we come to photos, you have a whole bunch of different options in here. You can back up shared albums if you want, so you can decide whether you want to turn this on or off. You can have raw photos backing up, live photos and videos, so you can decide whether you want these on or off. And then you have a few other options down here, which I just leave. And then once you're happy with all of the settings, you just need to go back, and then all you'll do is hit backup. So the type of backup is photos, and we're backing up to the external hard drive, and then we can go start. So your first backup will take a while, depending on how many photos you have on your phone. Then each time you do the backup, it's only going to add the new photos or videos that have been added. So you're not going to get those duplicates, which you would get if you were copying files manually to an external hard drive. So that's one thing I really like about this. It's just backing up any new files that it doesn't have on here. Okay, so you can see the backup is completed. And now if I went back into my photo library and deleted a whole bunch of photos and videos to make space on my device, and then next time I plugged this in to my hard drive to back up, it's not going to delete those photos from the backup. It's just going to add anything new. This is really great if you need to make space on your phone and you don't want to lose anything. You can back it up once, go back into your photo library, delete anything you don't want, and you know you have the backup on your hard drive. So that's how you back up photos. And then to back up files, we just want to go to files, and then we need to add the folder that we want to back up. So you can see here I've already selected a folder, but I'll just show you if we go add folder, and then in here you want to find the folder that you want to back up. So if you store all of your files directly on your iPhone, you would go into on my iPhone and find the folder in here you want to back up. But for me, I store everything in the iCloud, and then I keep all of my files in this folder here. So I would select that, and then I'd go open, but I'll just delete this one because I've already done it. And then you can see here, it's going to back up everything in the My Files folder. So if we go back, we've selected the folder we want to back up. We have our destination, which is the SSD, and then we're going to go back up again, but we're going to change from photos over to files now so it can do the file backup. And then we'll go start. So it'll run through. Because I've already done the backup before, it should be reasonably quick, and it will just go check if it's missing any files on the backup, and it will add any new files to the SSD. So you can see here, it shows you how many photos, videos, and files it backs up. So yeah, just remember, if you have 10,000 photos, it's going to be really slow. So I don't actually have a whole lot of photos and videos and files on my device. If you do have a lot, the backup will take some time. So just make sure before you start your iPhone or iPad is fully charged. Okay, so the backup is completed. And then if you want to go check your files, you can just hop out of Parachute and then go into your Files app. And then if you go to your hard drive, and mine's iPhone backup, Parachute backup, all of my photos are these ones here, and then my files are saved in this file up the top here. So if I click on that, the file structure is exactly the same as it was on my phone, which is really good. So I can go in there and see all of my files have been saved to my external drive. For the photos, it will organize them in the year. So if you open 2026, I have photos from January, February, and March. And then if you go into that, it breaks it down into the day the photo was taken. So it keeps everything really organized. And then if you go into the folder, you can see all of your photos you took on that day. A few other things I'll quickly just show you. If you look up the top here, we have the history. So you can come in here to see when your last backup was and how big it was, how many files it was. So that can be pretty handy. So yeah, this setup is super simple. Then once you're finished doing your backup, you can just close out of it, unplug your hard drive, and then next time you go to do the backup, all you need to do is everything's already configured. You just come straight in, press backup, choose whether you want files or photos, and hit start, and it will run the backup. So this just makes everything super convenient. I like to do this probably just at least once a month, just so I know for sure that everything is backed up to this hard drive. So for anyone who has a NAS and wants to send the backup to their NAS, I'll show you on my iPad because I've already got it set up on here. You just need to go to the Files app, and then you need to make sure your NAS has been added as a drive. So to do that, you would just come up to these three dots and go connect to server. You would put your NAS's IP address in there, and then it will appear down here. And so then you can find all of your files on your NAS. So once that's all set up, you just come to the Parachute app, select the destination. I've already added it, but you just go add destination, select with Files app. You can create a folder on your NAS where you would like everything to be saved to, and then you would go open. But because I've already got mine here, and then when it's time to back up everything on my iPad, it's going to save directly to my NAS. So I'll just go back up, and you can see here that it's selected my folder on my NAS, and we'll go start. And then now that's actually sending the backup to my NAS. And that is everything you need to know about Parachute Backup. I've been really happy with it, and I think for $3.99, it's a really solid option if you want a simple and reliable way to back up your photos and files without having to do it manually every time. One last tip before I go, a really good habit is to set recurring reminders on your phone, whether that's weekly, fortnightly, or monthly, so you never forget to do your backup. It only takes a few minutes once everything is set up, and it just gives you that peace of mind knowing your files are safe. If you do give it a go, let me know in the comments what you think, or if you have any questions, drop them below and I'll do my best to help. If you want to check out my other videos on how to transfer files and photos to an external drive manually for free, I'll link those below as well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.